Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another trading week here on the channel. We're about midway through May. Unfortunately, today is going to be my only trading day this week. I gotta go to the day job the rest of the week and do a bunch of stuff for that. So unfortunately, this is my only trading day today. Thankfully, I got 3 trades in today, so I'm happy about that. Get a good video out for you guys. And hopefully tomorrow or sometime this week, I'm gonna do the April account recap video where I show you guys my Interactive Brokers account and all the TraderSync stats and all that. So hopefully tomorrow, but we'll see. I thought I would have that video done already, and I don't, so I'll try and get it done. Okay, first trade today was here on Tesla. I was watching it as it was breaking through the lows that it opened up at right when the market opened here. So go ahead and get started long with 50 shares at 166.55. And I'll be looking to add on this thing if it gets down below 166. It is Tesla, so only 50 shares. Going to take it nice and easy on here. Don't want to get anything too carried away in case we end up in some kind of market crash or something like that. So just taking it real easy here with these 50 shares at 166.55. I was really just hoping to get back up through 167 if they wanted to give me the money on the initial shares here. But like I said, looking for under 166 otherwise. So here it comes down towards 166. Can it get under? Here's 166. There's under. I click the button. I get the add in there. 50 more shares. So now I have a 100 share average of 166.23. A couple minutes goes by and I'm looking for an add at 165.50 for my final add if I can get it here. But at this point, it's also gone a couple minutes of really not doing anything. So I was like, I kind of want to see if it does a little break under but fails to go lower. I'll add it in here, and then worst case scenario, I'll just stop under 165 if it comes down and breaks 165. So I get the add in there for 100 more shares. Now I have 200 shares long at 165.82. And like I said, I really wasn't liking it at this point. So I decided once we started bouncing here that I was just going to put 150 of my shares out just slightly into the green just to reduce my position down here. So I decided to put those 150 out at 165.85, just a few cents above my current average here in Tesla. Just looking to, like I said, reduce this one down because it's not 100% the look I like. So I get the fill there for that 150 shares. So really that was just a reduce it down and see if the other 50 shares that I have left can go. I was hoping it would maybe make a nice run. You can see it's down big over the last 5-10 minutes or so here on Tesla. So I was hoping for a nice big bounce here, but the market was still coming down at this point, and it just didn't really look like it was going to do it. So I was like, all right, let's see if it can make another push for 166 here, get up through 166. Depending on what it does around 166, I may look to reduce this down again here on Tesla because I just want to give it that chance just in case it is going to make the big bounce here. But I also don't want to sit around in it if it's going to come down and just break down through the new low. So as it's struggling to get up through 166 here, I decided just to take another 25 shares off just to reduce it down a little bit more and try and maybe get the other 25 shares to go. But what ends up happening with those is it moves up a little bit, and I just was trying to trail it with a little trailing stop behind. I had originally started with it a little bit lower, then moved it up after that last green candle. And, you know, I only had 25 shares left, so I wasn't too interested in playing around with it too much. So it's going to stop me out right there. Not really a winning trade here on Tesla, only out for $12 with 200 shares there. So really just kind of getting out of one that wasn't prime for me. But later on was an absolutely beautiful alert. You can see NSPR starting to hit on the scanner just to my right. And I'm watching it here. I'm thinking, okay, if this thing can get up through the 230s, that's a really decent move here. Might need to look at taking a position here if it gets up through the 230s here on NSPR. So here it is, boom, there's up into the 230s. But I see a lot of volume, a lot of momentum, so I adjust my order to 239. I put 300 shares out at 239. Get a partial fill at first of 200 shares, but then it does jump back up there and get me that extra 100 shares. So I'm now in here on NSPR with 300 shares short at 239. Look to see if we can get this thing back down under 230 before I look to start partialing any of it off. There's 225 on the bid. I go ahead and click the hot button and get 150 of my shares off right there. So looking pretty good so far here on NSPR. Looking to see if we can get down a bit further here though and piece out these remaining 150 shares that I have here. So it comes down a bit further down into and under the 220s. I take another 75 shares off there, and then boom, look at this move all the way down to the low twos, and I'm getting my order adjusted here. So I end up putting the 75 shares out here at 205. So we've come all the way from 240 down to 205 in less than a minute here. after this NSPR alert. So got my order sitting there for those 75 shares. If you guys want to use this scanner, make sure you check out my link down in the description below, plus code GDTISW for 20 to 30% off your subscription every single month. This is where I find all my trades. This is where I find these alerts. And there's the fill right there for that final 75 shares there. And this thing actually ended up crashing back down to 150 or so, I think was the last time I looked at it. But hey, I'll take 40 cents on a $2 stock every single time and be happy with it. Finally, it was UPST also starting to hit on the scanner here to my right. But I was watching here. I was like, okay, if this thing can keep pushing here, maybe up towards 1840, get at least through 1830, I think I should probably be looking to give UPST a stab here. So you can see it kind of got up into the 20s before. So I wanted to at least get up into and through the 1830s, but also going to watch what it's doing here on the level 2 time and sales. So you can see it's just hitting the 1830s. So I decided to adjust my order up because it was just hitting it there. It comes up to 1840. I'm like, okay, if I get 1840, if I get into the 1840s, I'm clicking the button. I see 1840s. I click the button. I get the fill, 200 shares short here on UPST at 1840, and really liking that. So my idea here now was if we got up through the 1860s, so another 20-cent move or so, got up through the 1860s, I was going to be looking for my ad. On the other side of that would be 20 cents to the downside. I'll look to start piecing this thing out by taking some partials. So it does come down almost immediately here to 1820. Just looking to see if we can get under 1820 though first before I click the button. So I get ready with a limit at 1819, just seeing what it does. It gets under, I click the button right there. I get my fill for half my shares off. So I got 100 shares short here. Look to piece those out as well. If I can get 50 of the shares under 1810, I'll look to take that. There's under 1810. And click the button and I get the fill there at 1810. So down to 50 shares here as well on UPST off of that alert, and was hoping that we could maybe get down to the 1760s, something like that here on UPST, but didn't want to be. I ended up putting a stop out at 1835 just to make sure I was at least green on those remaining shares if it wanted to come up and stop me out, which it did. And that's absolutely fine. Added another $40 to my day there on UPST, which took me up to 111 for my total today. So that's going to do it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I think it was a pretty interesting one all around. Had a kind of a crappy trade in Tesla, really good one in NSPR, kind of a so-so one there in UPST, but it all comes out to a decent green day for me. So like I said, not going to be here trading the rest of the week. I'll be back the following week. I think that's not the holiday week. The next week is the holiday week. Yes, so I should be here, I think, every day next week. But be on the lookout for that account statement video coming up hopefully tomorrow from April. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.